Welcome to Star Trek Fleet Command with me, Admiral. So, joining me back on it. So, today's episode is going to be based on newcomers, anyone new to the game, anyone that's, even anyone that's old to the game that doesn't know this sort of stuff. But I highly doubt you won't know this. I'm just going to show you a quick layout, quick run through all the different sort of things on the screen. And then what we're going to do then is we're going to then show you a few tips and tricks to get rid of some sort of bug fixes or sort of bugs that may occur quite regularly, and some other tricks within the game to try and help you sustain what you're doing. So, quick layout of the game, obviously. So start top left. So top left, obviously we've got your own avatar. If you click on your avatar, it tells you obviously a bunch of stuff as well as the alliance that you're in. That's pretty much it. As you can see, I don't really kill that many people, but yeah, it's one of them. So yeah, you got that, and then obviously if you click over here, you've got obviously the different player stats, and you've got obviously the alliance stats. Who's actually top of ours at the moment? So you got Minty, and then I'm like 166 because I am nowhere that powerful. And then the alliance, mine's currently sat at 9, so we're not that far behind 8, so it's not too bad either. So yeah, that's that. And then if you want to activate go to the shop, if you don't get the special shop icon up here, because this only shows when you have special offers on or stuff like that, just click the actual Latinum plus sign. If you click that sign, that'll take you to the store. At the moment, I don't obviously have anything they want in the store. Whilst we are here, never buy this. It's completely not worth it, and just never buy it. Anything else, yeah, it's up to yourself. But I have done a video on that, so please go check that out. That probably will help quite a few of you. Then obviously you got your resources, you got your events. So today's event, yesterday's into today's event is the Battle for Glory, the Alliance Battle for Glory, and then the single Battle for Glory, which I've completed this morning. And then you have obviously whatever other events are running at the time. If you go to event store, this is where you'll find, if you have the Vidar, this is what it'll look like. If you don't have the Vidar, then it won't look like this. It'll probably be empty. So if you do have the Vidar, this is what it look like. So obviously you can buy stuff for stuff. So you can buy like credits for nanoprobe, stuff like that. Quick run through, obviously you got your ships. These obviously, ignore the 6. That just means you got ships to build, but you might not want to build them. Like I can build Findra, I can build 2 Taurus, I can build an absolute ton of Talas, loads of Envoys, Kera, Vaklas. So yeah, don't sort of worry about the number so much. I'm only 14 away on Saladin as well, which I'm very excited about. So yeah, don't worry about that so much. It's sort of just ignore the numbers. Again, with the officers, ignore that as well. It does tell you when obviously you can buy stuff. I'm saving mine for today's event because apparently the Borg shop opens today, so I don't know whether you need or you're going to need some ultra recruit stuff as well. So I'm just going to save them up a little bit, and I'm saving this so that I can get the 5 chest pull, because I imagine there's going to be another Battle for Glory event later on today. So yeah, that's where you'll get your officers, and then obviously anyone that's upgraded or going to need upgrading on Alpia as well. Just bear that in mind. This gives you your faction score. It's pretty self-explanatory, all of this layout. It's quite actually user-friendly. So you got your faction score, so you obviously now I'm into concert with the Federation, which is quite nice. Back up into concert, and then Romulans. I'm now up to 55,000 to go to get to concert, so that'll be done in the next literally like 2 days. I'll definitely get that up in the next 2 days to concert. So yeah, just if you did watch my other video where I was showing how to do the faction grinding, this is not a bad distance to have. I mean, that's about 70,000 difference. Obviously, ideally, you want to probably try and get it under 50 in terms of the difference, but that's not too bad. You can manage that, or you can deal with that. But as you can see, we've gone 500. Bearing in mind we were minus 200,000 as well, so I've gained 700,000 within the space of 2 weeks. So it is doable. So anyone out there that doesn't or isn't doing it so far, then I recommend you do it, because it is doable, and it's only taken me two weeks, 2 and a bit, literally going into the 3rd week now, so it's not actually that hard to do. So yeah, that's that stuff. And then you got your items. This is the one where it's going to trip up a lot of people. because a lot of people actually don't know this. So if you do get your little tokens that you normally get from like chests or anything like that, you'll get tokens. If you go to this store, this is where they actually are. So if you go into your items and then you hit store, and then if you scroll across, ignore all that crap, scroll across, here's your actual, this is your token pool. So like you got your 1 million par steel, I've got nearly 200, I've nearly got 2 billion par steel just in tokens. You do, 200 million, sorry, 2 billion, I wish. 200 million, 194 million it is altogether, but that's not actually that much if in the grand scheme of things. That's not actually that much, but it's all nice to have. And then you got your titanium, your dilithium, and then you got smaller ones as well. If you do obviously have the monthly reward chests, then obviously these are here as well. So you obviously just click on it, you click chest, boom, and then you get all these resources. This chest I definitely recommend getting. It's actually quite a good chest. Hopefully next month they bring out even more. If you want to check on how many speed ups you have if you don't have anything, for example, that is currently needing to speed up, which I very much doubt you will, because you're always probably going to have something. But if you don't have anything, the way you can just check like this, but obviously this cuts off at 3 hours because it doesn't need any more than that. So the way to check that, if you go into items again, just click speed ups, and again these will tell you all the speed ups you have. Obviously, as you can see, I do not have that much. I'm trying to save mine up because I used them on some of the ships over the last couple of days to speed up like the Botany Bay and stuff like that. So this will show you all the speed ups you have or you accumulated, and again this will show you all of your sort of maintenance speed ups as well. So again, I'm quite low on my stores. 82 is quite low, but that'll build up with the dailies and stuff like that. And then yeah, that's your speed ups. You can go to materials. This will obviously show you a lot of different stuff, what you have in your stores all together. So it'll show you everything from like uncommon stuff, and then if you go down, ignore all them. Well, you don't need, if you're just beginning the game, obviously you're going to be using grade 1 materials. So this is where very first thing you come across, grade 1 materials, and then you come across your grade 2 materials, which you're going to run into very, very, very quickly. So you got grade 2 as well as your ores and stuff like that, your commons, your uncommons, and blah blah blah. This is where they'll all be, so you can check all them out, how many you have of each, and then you'll obviously run into your grade 3, which is obviously where I currently am, and most people will be at grade 3. If you're anything above like level 20 and up, you will be in grade 3 territory. I recommend if you are in grade 2 still, definitely start mining grade 3 stuff, i.e. the ores. You can't get enough of it, so just start mining it. I'm quite balanced right now, I'm not too bad. I'm just covering the daily cost, so it's not that bad actually. So yeah, so this is where all obviously your different tokens are, different stuff. I'm trying to build up obviously my own commons and stuff like that, so that's why they're quite depleted right now. I am trying to build them up. So yeah, this is where they all get stored though, so you'll be able to see them all. And then you got the other tab, which shows you like your peace shields, how many you have of each, how many officer, how many ship tokens. The officer stuff, early on in the game, you will run out of this quite often. Don't worry, because later on in the game, you basically don't get enough tokens to be able to unlock officers, but you do get an absolute buck ton of officer XP. So you will end up just accumulating this over time. So I wouldn't worry about it too much if you can't upgrade everyone initially. Just unlock them and just save them and save them and save them until you have enough. And then obviously when the events come up, then that's when you should be sort of putting in the officer stuff so that you get as much stuff from the events as possible. Same with the ship XP. Just build it up until an event comes up where it's worth it, and then just bang an absolute ton of this on your ships. I'm saving mine up so I can upgrade the Saladin once I unlock that. So I'm saving as much as that as I can so I can level that up as fast as possible. And then if you didn't go to the stores tab, you can just come to this other tab, and this will tell you how many tokens you have of each. So as you can see, I haven't got a great deal at the moment, and then it'll tell you all the other stuff that you need. If you are going to be doing the event today, you're going to be needing these Epic Borg reward tokens. I don't know if you're going to need any of the others, but I know it's definitely the reward tokens that you're going to be using. The 194 I have of them. So probably use them today when the event sort of comes on, which will be, for me, it's at 5 o'clock in the afternoon, which is UK time. So yeah, and then it tells you obviously how many credits you have of each, how many relocation tokens, how many messages. The messages I will cover in a different video, how to get them, where to get them, and stuff like that. So just look out for that video. But this is where it gets stored, your augment, and this is where your other tokens, all your mission stuff as well going forward. And then obviously your Armada stuff to finish, and then your transwarp cells, which I've got 2 of, as well as I've got quite a few actually, quite a few different ones, so that's not too bad. Uncommon stuff, I recommend getting the uncommons. It might not seem it, but when you go to the Alliance store, I can't show you, but you do get quite a lot of stuff for it. I'll do this again in another video, what you get for each one and which ones I recommend doing. I wouldn't personally spend your Alliance credits on the 4, the 8 hour shields, the 1 day, 3 day, and the 7 day. If you're going to do anything, get the 12. I mean, they're only 100 each. They are quite expensive, but it gives you a lot more flexibility. For example, I never go to bed without a 12-hour shield, just because I can't guarantee I'll only sleep for 8 hours. So just bear that in mind. Again, I'll cover that in a different video, and then all the other crap as well. And then you got your actual Alliance layout, contributions, rewards, help. Your Armada stuff, if you can do Armadas with your alliances. And then obviously who is friend and foe against your own alliance. So just bear that in mind. The friendly, they're not actually friendly, it's just a common minor agreement we have where we don't kill each other if there's no node, for example. And then you got, obviously, you can just get rid of them. If you don't need them, just get rid of them, because it clutters your screen up quite a lot. You got your chests. So if anyone hasn't done it already, today we just got given a chest off Scopely. Mine had 20,000 of each faction reward in, 20,000 rep of each faction, so that was quite a nice reward pack. I should have actually done a video on it, but never mind. And then you have the other chests, and then you have your loyalty bonuses. I'm saving obviously mine for this one, and then I'll get this one at the end of the month, which is quite nice because obviously now I've gone up to level 28, as you can see. So once you go up each level, you will start getting more rewards and better rewards. So if I've got 10 more days, well, 9 more days after today, because I will get today's, which will put me up to 21. So I've got 9 more days, and then at the end of that, I'll get all of these, so 350, 1,000, 1,100 of each, 100 each of them. And then you get speed ups, 4-day speed ups, and then 3 8-hour speed ups, as well as a bunch of other different stuff as well, which is quite nice. It is actually quite a nice reward. Excuse me. Or you can go, obviously, the 7-day one. I don't recommend doing this because the 30-day one accumulates more resources over time. So for example, you get 100 uncommons, whereas in this one you get 20. So obviously 4 times 7, which is 28, which is near enough a month. Obviously that's only 80 uncommons, so if you actually just save up for this one, at the end of the month you'll have technically 20, you'll get 20 more uncommons more. So just bear that in mind. I would recommend doing the 30-day ones as well. So and then obviously this, again, if you have the dart, this is where you get your transwarp cells, so just bear that in mind as well. You got oil ships. This is obviously your missions, your dailies, and your archived missions. As you can see, some Klingon stuff which I'm saving for later. You can complete these missions, as I've done, so you can complete them, and then they'll just sit in here, won't do anything until you click on archive, and then once they unarchive, you can collect the rewards. So as you can see, once I then eventually, it's way in the future, but once I have the locked off the Federation and the Romulans, I can come back to these, and that gives me 24,000 straight away for the Klingons, as well as a butt ton of speed ups and a bit of crass, which I already have crass, but that's okay. So that's where you get them from. Wrong one. So if you go to dailies, this is obviously where you get your dailies. I've done most of mine, well, I've done quite a few of mine already. Got the minor ones to do, and then probably won't be able to do any others today because, as you can see, I've got over a day left on both of them. What else can we show you? So you got Galaxy, you got interior, exterior. So obviously get in and out of the station. This can be activated anywhere, so I recommend that. That's quite easy to do. I can build another titanium one as well, which is quite nice. So yeah, it's quite easy to navigate around. It's quite user friendly. Obviously, to activate shields, you just click this, and then obviously all your shields appear, and then you can click whichever one you want to click. The home system, that just takes you all your bookmark places. And I don't think there's anything else actually you need to know on terms of the layout of the page. So that is going to be it. Obviously, ships, or just your ships, recall, and stuff like that. If you do get stuck, however, so if, for example, if my ship was stuck here and it wouldn't return to the base because it normally has, like, it'll say when it's engaged in a battle, and then it'll have 4 zeros underneath, which means it's completely locked. My recommendation for you is if you don't have another ship to move or to activate, either do this, go like that, scroll to the 1 minute, just click use, will either unlock it sometimes, or alternatively, if you go into a chest, if you have them available, click through your chests. That transaction that it sort of processes, that other stuff that it's doing, that sort of movement around that you sort of that the game has to process, will unlock that ship. 9 times out of 10 will unlock the ship. Alternatively, you can get it back to the station and it then completely freezes as well, and it won't go into the station. And it'll say, obviously it'll say here that you need to recall. It'll just say recall. My recommendation for that one is recall it. Just click recall again, you'll get an error message appear. Click OK. The game will do some, obviously, calculations, and then what you need to do then is just click OK, and then hopefully, again, this is normally another fix. 9 times out of 10, that will fix it as well. And then if it doesn't, just do it again, and then the second time, the first or second time will definitely unlock it. Or otherwise, you can just try, obviously, the speed up technique, or going into one of your different things. Oh, you get to unlock some chests with me. Let's have a look what we get. 22, 36, that's quite good chest, actually. Got quite good pull. So that's not so good pull. And last one, 1161. Again, that's not great, but that's okay. So yeah, that's what I recommend doing when it comes to that sort of stuff. Sorry this video's gone a little bit long. It's gone longer than normal. I'm trying to sort of stick to about 10 minutes or so video length. But I do feel like there's quite a lot to cover in this type of episode. So yeah, if you do like this type of episodes, then please leave a like. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button. And I will see everyone next time. Bye bye for now.